Hello there and welcome to this edition of Coffee Talk. I'm Alex Lagerwey from Array Business Centre. Coffee Talk is brought to you by Cumulus Financial Group, and what we aim to do is bring you useful financial tips. Today is the first of a two-part series about insurance in super. And with that, by way of introduction, what I'd like to show you is something that I've seen too much of, and that's envelopes with superannuation statements inside that have never been opened. And what I'd like you to do, if that's you, then I'd encourage you to open and take a look inside to see what the statement reveals about insurance in your super. So if you just bear with me, I'll just cross over to my whiteboard. There we go. And before we go any further, I'd just like to highlight our general advice warning that this is general advice only and not personal advice. So please don't take personal advice from any of the tips we show you today. And what we've got displayed here are some ways that insurance is displayed in your super fund. In this example here, we've got an example of insurance for death cover in the amount of $46,500. On the second example here, we've got insurance cover for a slightly higher amount, $341,000 odd, and it displays there that there's no cover for total disability and no cover there for salary continuance or income insurance. And in this example here, we've got an example of a cover being provided for death in the amount of $302,000 odd, and an amount of $302,000 odd also for total disability insurance. And then in the final example here, we've got an example of insurance cover where there's nil provided, and that's probably due to a scenario where when there are no transactions in your super fund for a 16-month period, then the super fund provider is required to cancel your insurance cover. And I think the thing to note about those differing presentations of insurance cover is that the amounts are quite random. And that's because the insurance cover that's provided is based on a formula that's usually related to your age in some way. Potentially it might be also related to occupation. It could be related to gender or smoking status or years to retirement or some other factors. So really it has no bearing on you. It's really a bearing on some sort of formula. So with that, we'd like to wrap that up. And from there, next time, we're going to look a little bit further into insurance options that are open to you, and how you can go about potentially reinstating cover if that's the case you want, or various other insurance options that might be open to you. So in the meantime, if you're in a situation where you haven't opened your super statement or haven't looked at it in detail, we encourage you to do that. And if you want to reach out for assistance in any of that, you can contact Steve Mains at Mainline Financial, or Adam Renouf at Renouf and Partners, or myself at Array Business Centre. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.